channel. My name is Michala, and today I wanted to do a spring flip through in my Filofax pocket. This is the Filofax Malden cover in burgundy, and I've been using it for my wallet and my planner, my life planner. I have a different planner I use for work, but I've been using this to plan all my life things. And I've been having a lot of fun in here lately, and I've kind of refreshed or redecorated it for spring. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. I'm going to light this candle and we'll get started. And there we go. With that lit, we can open it up and look inside. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun in here and just really like personalizing it and making it my own. I got this planner in beginning of December or end of November last year. My husband got it for me because it's a higher priced item. I got it on sale on the Filofax website, so I got it brand new. I definitely would recommend looking on eBay or looking at used or secondhand covers if you don't want to spend a lot. But this was kind of a Christmas present for me, and I'm really happy with it so far. And some changes you'll see is the front dashboard. I did a little collage for this little clear pocket. I actually have my previous one still behind it. So it's just this collage I put in here, and behind is my 2026 cover. If I want to go back to that, it just says 2026. It's what I had in here before. But yeah, I put this little collage in here that I just made with scrap pieces from all of my stickers and ephemera I used for my reading journal. And then I put this circular frame slash like label kind of sticker on top of the clear pocket. And on top of that, I put this little bunny sticker. I've just been really liking these stickers. I have 3 or 4 rolls from the same brand, and I got them from Jet Pens, and the rolls are all by King Soda Jim. The other branding that's on the sticker rolls says, let me check. Here's some of them. Here's the little animal one, and here's this one I have that has some flowers. You can see I've used a bunch of them, but this other branding that is on here says Hitotoki. So I'm not sure if that's like, I don't know who makes them or whatever, but the packaging says King Soda Jim. So these are on Jet Pens if you're interested. I just wanted to say that because I use those a lot. I've used the little animals in a lot of my other journals, like my diary one. And then I added this clear sticker. This is from a pack from Amazon. I have a bunch of just like dried flower stickers that I use for my reading journal, so I put one here for spring. And then this is a new set that I showed in whatever vlog I posted last, I guess my February vlog, I got these botanical flower stickers in a nice set, and they're from Amazon, but they're from like a smaller shop that sells really nice stationery. And this sticker pack, I haven't used it yet, but I wanted to try one out right here, and I really like it. It's like this really pretty, I'll show you up closer, botanical sticker. So I like that a lot. I have this moth sticker that I think I had in here last time. This is from Jessica Lancaster Art. And then this little card sticker and this ticket sticker are from a set that I was gifted from a friend, but I think she got them from Amazon, so I'll try to link them. But those are really cute and kind of just, I just have them in here because they feel kind of like lucky or special to me. And then I have some practical things like dot stickers that I use for some of my inserts I'll show you. And I have a card with like a upcoming dentist appointment in there. And I have some random freebie stickers that came from the washi tape shop. So it's like this one and some dogs. So I thought those were really cute. And I feel like this is the kind of thing that I forget to use unless I keep it with me. So I put them in here in case I want like a cute sticker. I can grab those. And then the other thing I have is this card that looks like a Pokemon card, but it's like a metal card that I got for Mother's Day. I have that in here from my husband and my kids. And some other additions, I added this shell charm and this book charm. I had the chain strung over here like I've seen some people do, but it was kind of getting in the way, and with this shell like hanging over here when I would close it. I just felt like they were really digging into the pages in my setup, or they were running into the rings and I felt like they were getting kind of scuffed or scratched maybe. So I just unhooked the chain from, it was clipped on my zipper. I unhooked it and I kept the hook on so that like I can easily, I'll just show you, change the charm down here like that. And then I can string it out of there and put it wherever I want, because with this big thing on here, I can't string it back out, if that makes sense. So I like the little clip on here so I can change out the charm, or so I can move this around. I'm just trying it out, and so far it has not bothered me in between the rings. It works just fine. It lays well and it hangs out at the end of my Filofax like that, and I think it just looks cute and nice, and it's not too much. It's not like multiple charms, and it doesn't make too much like noise or get caught on things so far. So far I've been liking it, and it kind of looks like a bookmark a little bit. And then this locket one opens, and I'm going to put, I think, a little flower in here. My daughter likes to pick these little flowers that I think are possibly part of like a weed in our yard, but they're pretty and really tiny. So I might just have her pick me one and put it in there for now. And eventually I'll print some photos to put in there, I think. But yeah, this is what I'm trying out with my charms. And then once we flip past my dashboard, on the other side, I have a picture of me and my husband. This wax seal sticker. So it's a sticker, it's not a wax seal. I do have a wax seal kit I want to try, but this is just a sticker. And this is on top, and the rest of the things are inside. This is just marble bust with flowers all over it sticker that is from the same set as these ones. I just really like that. And then over here I had an ornament sticker clipped on for Christmas, and I've changed it to this flower that I just got with an order. It says thank you for your order, but I don't actually remember who this is from right now off the top of my head. I think it's from one of my Etsy orders that I showed in my spring haul video. But I've been marking off the months instead of with dot stickers. That's what I was doing before. Now I'm using these King Soda Gym little icon stickers because I just think they're very fun, and I really like those. And I can pick a different one for each month, which I like. I don't know how many are on the roll, so I might have to repeat, you know, the design of the sticker for certain months, but I don't mind. I just decided to try something different, and I really like those. And then I had a postcard like this, but with a winter scene on it that I'm using as my kind of like a pencil board, just like a stiff divider, so that when I want to write, all this stuff up here doesn't make my writing bumpy. So that's what this is in here for. I had it in the back, but I've moved it towards the front, and I swapped out the winter scene for this spring scene. I have a bunch of these postcards I got a really long time ago in China, just like at a stationery shop for really cheap. I have no idea what they say, but they have different scenes that are kind of fitting to the season, so I like to swap them out, and I cut them down to size. They are a little bit bigger like a typical postcard, and I cut them down to size. And then I stick my sticky notes on the back, and I've had these sticky notes for forever. They're from Mochi Things. That's where I got my first ever ring binder, is from Mochi Things. And so I had ordered a bunch of random other things like these sticky notes that I still have. This one's a weekly plan that I like to put every now and then somewhere because I don't have a week view in here currently. And then this one's just a plain one, obviously. And then we have my monthly blank monthlies that I made myself with some of my film photography that I just picked a photo that was fitting for each month. I've still been really liking this. You'll see February in a couple areas I fell off of things, but now that spring is here, I've been really getting back into the swing of things and having a lot of fun in here. I feel like I'm kind of figuring out how I like to use everything, and I'm still using these, and I'm still using my key. I move my key around, but I like to keep the previous months in here just because I honestly like to look at them and I don't want to take them out quite yet. But this is a picture I took visiting my family in Wisconsin, and there's a little bird that I captured, which, because I was using a film camera, felt kind of extra special. That's me in the reflection, and there's these hydrangeas, and then this bird was like caught while I took the photo, and I thought that was just special to me at the time because I didn't know that until I got the film developed. So it was kind of like a while later that I saw that little surprise. And I've been using this same little sticker color-coded dot setup for choosing a primary focus and a secondary focus for each day because I'm balancing a lot of different things. I kind of summarized all the different things I do into either family and kids, work, house stuff like chores, cleaning, that kind of thing, and hobbies / YouTube, like hobbies and or any of my creative endeavors that are not really considered my job yet. I do creative things for my job, and I have hobbies, and one of my hobbies I'm kind of trying to turn into hopefully a career where I can leave one of my jobs. But anyway, this just helps me prioritize different things each day and start each week with intention on what I want to focus on each day to make sure I balance all of these things. Tuesday and Thursday, I usually do work because my son's in school those days. He's in a hybrid, so he's homeschooled and goes in person some days. And then you can see this day I tried a different color, and work is the letter that I put on top for secondary. So I still worked, but I did some of my illustration stuff as the first priority. Hey, I'm sorry, my daughter came in and needed something, so I left and I came back and I got a little distracted. But I talk more about this setup in my Filofax setup video. I think it's just called my Filofax setup. But yeah, so I've still been liking these, and I have all the other mutts here. I'm thinking of making these into printables and putting them on an Etsy I'm starting. If you guys are interested, let me know. If you're interested, I would tweak everything and make sure everything's perfect and then make them available as digital downloads. And then this divider separates those monthlies from these monthlies, which are 2-page monthlies. I just did this as a little cover. And then I have December. And again, I like to keep these in here because I just like to look at them sometimes. Once it gets full, I'll take them out. You can see paper clip markings right here. January, February, and I'm on March. I haven't set up April yet, but I like to move this little paper clip with the stone bead on it to just help me find my place. And I decorated it with some flowers and this little coffee cup with flowers. This key, all of these stickers are from a sticker roll from the washi tape shop. And then I've been using this Pilot Friction pen in 3 colors a lot. It doesn't fit in my pen loop very well, so I either want to get a different pen loop and I have a couple that I could try. I don't know if they'll fit very well on this like thicker leather, but we'll see. I could also put them on like my page maybe. Anyway, so I usually keep this around the house with me. Sometimes I'll just like shove it in the center or just like clip it on the outside or something because it does have this little clip. But I use this for everything that I color code that I'll show you in here. And it is erasable, if I didn't say that. The Friction pens by Pilot are erasable. It just uses the friction eraser to erase things, which is nice too because then the eraser doesn't like disappear, obviously, like with a pencil. And I write events that I don't need to be on time for in blue, and then things I need to do in a timely manner, like returning my Nuuly order isn't something that I needed to be at a certain time, but I needed to do it this day, so everything would just work smoothly. Like a hair appointment at 1 p.m., that kind of thing I do in red, so it stands out to me, and so I know I need to be there. And then other things, like maybe canceling an online subscription, I would do in blue because I don't need to go anywhere. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how I've color-coded things. I have soccer games that I still need to go to and a pediatrician appointment, things like that in here. And then I used one of my dot stickers for days that I filmed. I like to try to film once a week, so I've been signifying that with a dot. Tea break. I have this peach tea with some honey in it. It's very fitting for spring, and it tastes like real peach, not fake peach. I feel like if you know, you know. I don't like fake fruity flavors. And these are just simple monthly spreads I made myself as well. This one I'll set up for April, and then this is my last one in here, so I still need to print more. And then my next divider is for my habit trackers. The white one is for all my habit tracking. And I've kept my older ones in here. So this is like December. This is my period tracker. And I have a key I made over here. I put the key text in the design, and then the rest I did with my pen after I printed it. If that's not obvious, I'm not sure if you can tell. And the simple like key I went with was red is heavy, blue is medium, and gray is light. And I have been dealing with my PCOS kind of like coming back. It's never like really gone, but you know what I mean if you know. So this period tracker has been really nice. And then this is my current monthly habit tracker. I have slowly changed it a little bit as I've gone, and I kept the old ones in here honestly partly to show you that this is what it's supposed to be printed like, and this is my printer running out of colors, so the dividing black lines are really kind of hard to see, but this is what it normally looks like when my printer has ink. So I've been using this and really liking it. The other pen I use a lot just because of the size and how much I like it is my Uniball 1 pen. I really like the metal clip on it and just the size of it. If you ever see darker black ink, it's probably this, because the ink on this pen is technically a gray instead of a black. So sometimes I use this pen just for like journaling in here or doing these little X's for my habit tracking. I've been really liking this. Right now I have 18 slots for habits, and I thought about leaving all those blank so you guys could write in your own habits if you want to use this. But yeah, I really like it, and it just has 31 days. So if I want, you know, if the month only has 30, or if it was February, I just don't mark on those days. And then sometimes I just write the month up here. I haven't done it for this one, but I know that this is March. So I'll do that. Usually, honestly, I get around to writing what month it is up here when I'm done with it. But that's helpful if you do want to like look back at your other months. Keeping them in here kind of helps. Oh, here's my other one. I was like, I know I have another one. I think I was just skipping it. Here's January's. And then February's I fell off of doing this very well. But yeah, you can see in December I had 20 habits on here and I've gone down to 18, and I still want to actually adjust these. So next time I might remove the bottom half of what I put in here and leave them blank so I can kind of come up with things. Like I got an eyelash serum, for example. That is something I'm trying to remember to use every night. So that's something that it would have been nice middle of the month when I get it, right, to have a blank spot to add that in here. But I'll just get around to that next month, probably adding that on my habit tracker. And if I didn't say, these inserts that I printed myself, I printed on Tomo River paper, the cream kind I got for my printer. And yeah, I just print them and cut them out myself. Then this is a Filofax accordion insert that came with the Filofax, but you can buy them separately if you want to on like Amazon and stuff. And look, you can see February, again, I fell off of doing this, but what I'm doing in here is doing a gratitude a day. It's kind of like a one line a day, or my favorite thing from that day, or just something I'm grateful for. It's kind of a mixture of all of those things in one. I used to do, I feel like, a line a day and a gratitude a day, and they ended up kind of being the same thing, so I've just consolidated it. It can either just be a standout thing or something I'm grateful for, but inherently by writing it down, I find that it makes me grateful for it. It makes me stop and be grateful for it, so I kind of just call it my gratitude, one gratitude a day. And yeah, I've been really liking this, and I do like how nice this accordion like fits every day of the year in here, so I might get another one if I have ideas of how to use it. Then I have this little index card area where I do my other trackers, and I just put this sticker on here of this girl looking at books. And then I have in here, in this area, these are just index cards, like I said. I have my water tracking and my mood tracking, which I'm very behind on, but again, I color coded them and made a key that uses the same pen. This one uses all the colors, and this one just uses different symbols, like an X for low ounces of water, an O for decent amount of water, and a filled in circle for the amount of water that I'm trying to achieve. And then I have some blank things just for other tracking if I want to do something else. And then over here I have some new gaming trackers. So this is what I did back in December, and I've just kept it in here. I'll probably take it out, but I kind of just liked the Christmas bow. It's not even Christmas at all anymore, but I kept this in here because I was writing down what games I was playing on one of those sticky notes. I don't really do this much anymore, but here's a new like little area I added I wanted to show you, where these are Fields of Mystria trackers that I printed off and put in here. I used to have these in a traveler's notebook insert, if you have ever seen that video of mine. But yeah, now I just have a couple different things in here. This is for the game Fields of Mystria, which I've talked about several times. It's kind of like Stardew Valley. It's its own game. It's different, but I feel like that's the closest comparison. And these are the different animals you can breed. And that's kind of where I'm at in the game, is breeding all these different fun colored animals and things like that. And I have the spring crops in here to remind me of what crops I want to plant. And then this last thing I had already printed this out for another purpose, but didn't end up using it. And I just folded it like this. So If you can imagine, I printed it like this on a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and then I cut it out, and then I cut a slit here and folded it like this so that this still looks like the cover of it when it's all folded up. But yeah, this just has the gifts that the characters like, and there's actually been a lot of updates for this game because it's in early access. I guess I can move it so you can see better. There you go. But yeah, so some of the characters aren't even included on this, but when I play games, I don't like to like cheat on everything. I just like to be able to know some things because I'm kind of forgetful. So I just find these are the things that I wanted to know right now and keep in here that I kept looking up online, and I'm trying to get off my phone. To me, it's not really about screen time. I work on computers for my job, and I illustrate on my iPad, and I play video games. So I have like so many ways I get screen time, but I don't want to be on my phone and just scrolling. So anytime I can get off my phone to make sure I don't get distracted and start scrolling, I like to do what I can to put everything in here that normally I would reach for my phone for. So like looking up stuff for video games I put in here. In my notes app on my phone, I used to keep kind of like little updates on what I was doing in my video games so I don't forget, because I don't play every single day. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. And right now the 3 games I'm kind of playing when I have time are Fields of Mystria, so this is kind of like the last stuff I did, or reminders of what I want to do when I pick up that game. Then I have Star Sand Island, which I haven't been playing as much, but I have like 1 note in here. And I have Pokopia. Pokemon Pokopia is a new game that came out. I've been playing a lot, so I have this purple little insert. And these papers, this yellow and purple grid paper, are A5 size inserts for also from Mochi Things that I got for a A5 ring binder that I don't use anymore. So I've been cutting down the paper to fit in here. So these were scraps from something else I was cutting down, but I just didn't want to waste it, so I cut them to a size that works to put in here, and I hole punched them, and I rounded the corners with this corner rounder right here. I usually use this side of it. But yeah, and then I have some extra ones back here, and that's all my trackers. And then this next little area is for my creative hobbies. So I have video ideas. For YouTube, I have illustration ideas. I get a lot of ideas when I'm out and about, and this is another thing I would keep track of in my phone, but now I just write them in here. And this paper is Filofax paper, just lined paper, and some of it is like grid dot paper. Maybe not in here, but in the next section. These papers just came with the cover. I think they give you a little sampling of their plain paper, their lined paper, and their dot grid paper. And so I've just been using those. I put stickers on these ones just so that when I come and write in here, there's some like little visual interest. And then I have these that I printed myself. So this is the Tomo River paper in cream. And these little spreads I use for brainstorming video ideas and like other clips I want to get, especially for vlogs. A lot of times I just get clips throughout my month, and then they don't necessarily all go together. So I'll like come up with ideas to kind of tie things together, that kind of thing. But they can be used for any project. So sometimes I will use them. Something sticky right here. But sometimes I will use these to plan illustration ideas, things like that too. So there's some blank ones in here. And then the next area are lists, but lists not related to my hobbies. So these are like creative hobbies ideas. And then these lists are just anything fun that I would normally put, again, in my notes app, but I want to have in here. So like this one is clothes, and they're just random items that I want to get for my wardrobe, but I also have been wanting to put brands of clothes that I'm interested in trying on here. So I have this. Then I have books. I have lots of lists of books kind of everywhere, but these are ones when I'm out and about people tell me about, or books I want to buy, things like that. One of you told me about the Nomina trilogy, I don't know if that's how you say it, by Charlie N. Holmberg. So like I put that in here to remember it. And then over here I called it random because I have like this multivitamin I want to try, and I want to get a different water bowl for my cat. And then this list is things I love. This is something I like to do if I'm feeling like a little down, or if I'm feeling excited, to be honest, is make a list of things that bring me joy. So I put like Juliette Marillier's books, I put spring, and then over here on this day where I was making this list, I saw a bunny, a chipmunk, and a lot of birds and bees in my backyard. So I kind of just listed that here. I said my messy Filofax, illustrating, short writing, poems and stories, bubble tea, green and pink combo. I've been liking the color combo green and pink, especially in my illustrations. Fun stickers, tea with honey and ginger, markets downtown. So just a fun idea for something to do in your Filofax. And these are like to-do inserts from Filofax, but when it comes to trying things out in my Filofax, I really don't want to. I want to keep the barrier to entry low, so even though these are not really things I'm doing, they're just lists, I still put them on these to-do inserts because I had them and I thought, why not? Might as well use them. And then I have my own to-dos back here. These are old, like there's like pretty much one a month. These I just flip to when I'm trying to plan my day, or if like these were Christmas gifts I needed to get still. These were things I needed to do for a birthday party coming up. Yeah, and I just keep them in here. They don't take up much space, so just have a few in here. And I might print more of these, especially if I run out of these Filofax ones. I'll probably just print my own. So I have those. And then this last area is where I just jot down ideas, and I took most of these out. Recently I did take those out, so sorry it's not as like visually appealing. Well, I mean, my handwriting's really messy, so who knows if that's appealing, but this is some of that dot grid paper, and then I have lined paper and some more dot grid paper back here, and I just flip all the way to this back one when I want to just write down my ideas, or like a diary or like a poem or just something. I write it in here. I do have a whole diary book that notebook that I use. My Forest Planner by Nicole Josephine is what I use as my daily diary media tracker type of journal, but I still like having this area because this is with me a lot. I take it everywhere because it's my wallet, and my cards are back in this back folder. So I have my library card and my debit card and things like that in this back folder, and then here's the little ruler that comes with the cover. I haven't really done anything with that. And then in the very back I have these Moleskine stickers. These come with different Moleskine notebooks. I don't even remember which one I got these in, but I rarely use them. But if I am to use them, I think I would use them in a planner like this, not really Moleskine journals. So I took them out, and I've used a couple in my monthly spreads. I haven't used them recently, but I put them back here just in case I want to get back into them. And then the back like has a folder under here, this part. I have any extra cards that I don't use as often at all, like my insurance card or something like that, where I don't always need it, but when I do, yeah, I put it back there. And yeah, that's how I've been using it. Oh, there's also some blank papers in this little back note-taking area. But yeah, that's how I've been using this, and I've been loving it so far. It's so fun, and it's really not like that thick, but yet there's so many different things I do in here, and I've loved the way that I've had fun decorating it. I definitely recommend just trying stuff out. Like I said, I put this chain across here, and then it didn't really work that well for me, but yeah, I've just been having so much fun. I've been having fun trying out gel pens because they fit well in this loop, and I got this pack of Moonlight Jelly Roll pens, so I have a bunch of different colors. I just swap out a different color, and that's what I was using on that list of things I love, was this gel pen. And so just swapping out the color seasonally or whenever you feel like it can be really fun. And yeah, I've just been having a really great time in here and really loving it. I definitely would recommend lowering the barrier to entry in any way you can, and just doing whatever comes natural and trying things out. If you're like me, it can be easy to be perfectionistic about things, but I've been having the most fun just trying things out. Like even when I made this front cover dashboard, I didn't even know if I liked it, and then I put it in here, and then I had this sticker lying around, and I put that on here, and then I put the bunny. Like I just let myself try things, and now I really like how it looks, and you can always change things, and that's the main thing I love about ring binders, is that I can change things, move them around, do whatever I want. And it's not as big of a commitment as like filling out a page in a regular journal. You can always move things around or take things out completely. But yeah, this is my pocket Filofax setup in spring, and I've been really loving it. It's so much fun. And I took a lot of coins out. I just have a couple quarters because I really don't need coins otherwise. So that's kind of helped it not be too lumpy in the front. I hope you've enjoyed this flip through. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see from me, or if you want me to try to make my inserts into downloadable PDFs that you can print yourself. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.